All right, I'm going to start this thing. And as you know, I don't ever sit and wait for an audience to gather. I just launch right into it. But I would like to say, before somebody starts making fun of my teeth, ignore Cleo. She's mad at the neighbors, okay? Live action. Anyway, I don't normally get involved in Facebook tit for tat. I don't normally get involved in that because it's just a bunch of crap. Um, it's a bunch of usually there's no content to it. It's just one person doesn't like another person. But there's a thing going on right now between a friend of mine, Francesca, and another person called John. I'm not going to use his last name because I don't want the little bastard to get his shorts in a knot. But basically, John is he's got a problem. To put it very bluntly, he's got a problem, and he's been trolling. And I don't mean your usual Facebook trolling. Hey Anthony, hey Sharon. I don't mean your usual Facebook trolling. Just don't amount to this. Now, I'm talking about actual serious threats, insane ranting. He visions himself as being the great pedophile hunter. He envisions himself as being a man of consequence. And he envisions himself as being very connected. And he is almost certainly delusional. Okay. I wrote Francesca a note and let her know what I think. She was trying to figure out over an extremely long live feed today what was wrong with this guy. And I recognized the symptoms. And after listening to his mother, his birth mother, it confirmed the symptoms. And I've got to reveal a little bit about myself and my family here. Not a whole lot, but just a little bit. The people who know me personally, and perhaps some people that follow me, know that my granddaughter has a certain mental condition called reactive attachment disorder. It's called RAD. And what RAD is for one reason or another, the child is deprived of his birth parents, abused at the same time, and the two parts of the brain on the right and left side, hi Sharon, do not develop. And so what you get is a child totally devoid of any conscience whatsoever. And I mean, when I say devoid of conscience, I'm saying it ain't there. Kill you for a bologna sandwich, okay? Well, when I listened to John's rantings on Fran's video, and I listened to what his birth mother said, he has all the markings of a rat. He is a rat, okay? He is detached from society. He has no conscience. He is homicidal. He's probably just too scared to do it right now, but he is homicidal. He has killed his own puppy when he was 7 or 8 years old. And this goes right along with my granddaughter, who, in her throes with the same condition, actually tore the ears off of a puppy to get its bows and then put them on her own head. If you want to see a full-blown rad, you need to go to YouTube and look up Child of Rage, the story of Beth Thomas, and watch that thing. It's only a half hour long, and you will be horrified, okay? I guarantee you will be horrified. The little girl is 9 years old, and she is for real. She has the conscience of a well-developed cucumber. She is sexually active. She is homicidal, and she makes no secret about it. Okay. Well, John is the same way. He is a failure. He is angry. He imagines himself as being very consequential. He has I gather he has a small daughter, that he's in control of. He threatens people. He does all the things that you would see a rad do. Now, the sad part is, if you can say sad, for him there is no cure. Those parts of the brain that are supposed to develop, and they're on both sides. I've seen the MRIs. The more love, hello Les, the more love, the more caring from biological mothers that they get, this need to bond with that person. Hey, Crystal. This need to bond with that particular person develops a conscience. You can actually take a child who has this condition and you do an MRI and you can actually see, I have seen it, where these two parts of the brain do not or are not developed. Now, if you can catch them before, say, 12 or 13, you can have certain types of therapy. I think Beth Thomas's therapy was she had to take care of a goat and bond with the goat. And that part of the, hola, Crystal, that part of the brain will develop. And that's what, see, my little granddaughter is only 11, and she is beginning, she's coming out wonderfully. She made me supper tonight. She makes wonderful coffee and all that. If you're John's age, frankly, there is no hope. What you've basically got is Ted Bundy, is what you've got. And there's nothing you can do about it. There's no training. There's no reasoning. There's nothing that you can do. This man is beyond all help. And that is what we're dealing with the rad. Okay. Fran, on the other hand, works with a thing called Punish for Protecting. She goes from court to court. She wins cases in family court. She saves children. And there's nothing in her background that says there's anything wrong with her. There's nothing in her background that says she's a bad person. Now, I'm going to leap immediately to something else. There's a reason that I dodge doing these types of videos about Child Protective Services. And it's a commercial reason. As you know, my long suit is trying to protect kids, and I'll always do that. But I've learned from personal experience that, and this is a hard truth, a lot of the people who ask for help or want to save their kids from CPS are flaky. They came under the scrutiny of the state because they're flaky. Drugs, the house, bad stuff and everything. And then they go running, oh my God, they're after me, whatever happened to America and all that. Well, you're a flake, you don't need kids. And that's the way they work. And that's a hard truth. But it is the truth. That is, another thing is CPS stories. I touch this lightly, but I'm actually a professional writer. And CPS stories don't have any legs, what we call legs. They tug at your heartstrings a little bit, but fellas, let's be honest. When you see the white van pull up in front of somebody's house and the CPS get out with the police, the first thing you think is, what did they do wrong? Why is the state coming down on these people like this? They must have done something, or the CPS wouldn't be there. And sad truth is, most of the time, you're right. I've actually had people tell me, you've got to help me. I've been clean for 2 months. In other words, you were a meth addict for years. The CPS finally came down on you, and now you're trying to tell me, I've been clean for 2 months. No, you're a flake. You're a flake. Should have wore a condom. Shouldn't have had the kid in the first place. Should have gave it up at birth for adoption. You don't need to have children. Okay? And that's why I don't traditionally touch CPS cases. And the other reason is, to be quite honest, here in Texas, we have addressed the Child Protective Services. And, yeah, I'm drinking a beer. And Governor Abbott has instituted some people in charge that are actually improving the system. I have a personal friend that I cannot name, and I communicate with him almost daily. And the tide is changing. It is going the other way. Now, it's not all turning at once, and there's still mistakes being made. There are still families being broken up. But after what we went through in Utah, which I'm going to discuss here in a minute, uh, we have a pretty good system. Now, let's go to Utah. My family got in a problem with Utah CPS. Without getting into their theocracy that they got going up there that runs the state, without getting into what Ted and I found up there, I will say that they have a gross disrespect for the families of what you call Gentiles. See, in Mormondom, and love them all, God blessing people, but in Mormondom, there are the people that are inside the circle, and there are people who are outside the circle. And if you're outside the circle, then you are a Gentile. And it's their job to either bring you in the circle or, whatever. They're not evil people. They're not bad people. They're mostly good people and everything. But they're trapped into a theological system that literally runs their whole life. Literally runs their whole life. And unfortunately, their CPS is tied into the same system. And that's what we were up against in Utah. For legal purposes, I cannot go into details here. We beat their system, but we're aware of it, very aware of it. And I noticed a couple of people that were watching me have dropped off, so I'm sorry I said something that hurts your feelings, but that's the world we live in, okay? That's the world that we live in. But this John guy, he does have a mental problem. There is no cure for it. You'll never, ever, if he sees an old lady trying to load her groceries in the back of her truck and she's carrying her purse, he will knock her in the head to steal her purse with no more thought than the man in the moon. That's who he truly is. Now, my granddaughter, she was caught in time, and she's developing a wonderful conscience, relationships with people. She cries now. When she senses that somebody's been hurt, there's tears, which is a very good sign. A lot of people don't think so, but that's a very good sign. So I'm going to go ahead and end this for Fran and Rudy and all the other guys, and I'm going to put it up on their pages so they can see it, because I've sent them several notices of what I was discussing here. And if they call me, I will be glad to expound on it. But this guy, John, he's not dangerous as long as he's on the internet. He's not going to do anything. Now, he'll hurt people around him. But as far as Fran, Rudy, and other friends, he's not dangerous. Now, he's not a coward. He is truly crazy. And if he can hurt you, he will. But his threats are all empty threats. There's nothing there. There is nothing there. Anyway, I'm going to let this go now. God bless. And you have my number. Call me and we'll discuss it at length. Let's see here. I didn't gather a big crowd, but I never do. Hey, adios.